Welcome back, everyone. Wild Willy here. Episode 8 of the walkthrough. Get OP and early DLC. So just to recap, we have uncovered a substantial portion of the map. We still have the underground zones that we haven't touched, and we need the map for the Mount Gelmir region for Volcano Manor. So we'll work on getting that this episode. But first, to recap what we're rocking in terms of equipment and levels, we're level 17, 20 vigor, 12 endurance, 14 strength. We got that from doing the ball farm by Leonard's Rise in Caelid in an earlier episode. And in terms of equipment, we have the Morning Star with the cold infusion with Hoarfrost Drum. So we're getting both frost buildup and blood loss buildup, and it is +4. And again, if you've been following along the walkthrough, right now we have 3 smithing stone 2s. We can buy 3 more from the merchant on the southern end of Australia, aka the Weeping Peninsula. This is the same guy that we bought the lantern from back in the first episode at the very end. You can get 3 from him, but if you're trying to maximize your runes and not spend as many, there are more that we can get for free. And the reason we want to do that is if we get 12 of any ranking of regular smithing, we can rank it up. So we are headed for this gazebo here. There are 3 here. Then we're going to run to this grace. Then we are going to teleport over to this grace, and there's another gazebo round about here-ish that's guarded by some Miranda flowers, poison. And then there's a final gazebo out here that's guarded by some land octopus. Octopusi, or whatever the plural would be. So we're going to get started. I do want to point out that this might be we might get killed, especially by the very first one. It's guarded by some lobsters. We're not going to see them, and they're going to pop up out of the ground. There's one that we're going to be able to see. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to buy up some stuff. So let's go ahead and grab a dagger. We want that for quick steps, so we'll go ahead and pick that up. And then I'm just going to pick up a couple of smithing stone 3s for later. That would allow me to get something to +7 potentially. All right, and 157 runes, I'm not too worried about that. Let's get into it. Go back over here to the Gate Down Bridge, Site of Grace, and we're going to want to ride all the way down into the water. There's one of those balloons carrying the marionette soldiers that we want to avoid. You'll see. You can see our mark, you can see the gazebo. We got to hop the gap, double jump. And another one. All right, and we are down into the lake. So the front door is right where my head is. And if we had come from the Gatetown Academy Site of Grace and run straight up, a lobster will pop out right in front of you. There's another lobster that you can see right there, right above my head, the light green. So we're gonna kind of sneak around to the side here, and I did this with my walkthrough. He's aggroed, but we're just going to sneak in here and grab the smithing stones, and then we are going to pop out the door and we're going to run. So we're headed for the other grace, and he hasn't shot at us yet, which is good. In my walkthrough prep, I mean, my character is level 100, wearing really good armor, so it was more a jump scare than actually dangerous. But this character with 20 vigor and wearing cloth armor, we would die. Okay, so we made it that far. Get rid of that mark. Gonna go over here to the fallen ruins of the lake site of grace. And we're gonna head northwest. Now you're gonna see a graveyard off to the right when we get closer with some more Miranda flowers guarding it. And there's some, you know, golden runes there. In walkthrough prep, it's like 1s, 2s, and 3s. So if you want to, you know, dip in there and grab some of those, great. They're not really worth much. So you're not really missing out on anything. And you can see them over there. The Miranda flower guarding them. We'll just grab a couple and then we'll be on our way. Oop, or we won't. Oh boy, okay. Alright. So now we're headed for the gazebo. And again, hopping in the side to avoid that thing out front. Okay, done there. And now we're heading for our final mark. These guys are going to be shooting at us the whole time. That's okay. Just keep running. And the land octopi will come into view in just a minute. You can see a couple off to my right. So we're going to kind of duck over here by the trees. Same strategy. Gonna kind of hop in the side. This one you can go in the front. Alright, and that is 3 more smithing stone 2s. Now to get out of here, we're going to head over this way. We're going to head for that big rock. And there's a site of grace we can pick up. We're going to do something from here later on. A couple of things. So let's just run over here and grab that. And this should be the Revenger's sack. Just rest at the side or tap the grace here. Alright, and then let's get rid of our marks. Pull up our inventory. And we have 9 smithing stone 2s. So we do need to get the ones from the Weeping Peninsula. I did grab a couple runes, so we have those on board. So you should have plenty of money to pay for that. Popping one of those. Okay, here we are. Let's run in here and grab them. He's over there.
Unusual to this.
All right, there they are. We need 1200. So let's find a rune. Golden rune. Okay, so we have
a safe journey.
Enough to get our Morning Star up to +7 now. As we bought those 2 smithing stone 3s at the very start of the episode. And we just picked up 12 smithing stone 2s. So it goes 2, 4, and 6. So let's go see EG. And again, if for some reason you don't have the runes, you've been running around on your own, no problem. You can just go run the ball farm a couple times and you will have what you need. So let's get an eyeball on this. So let's figure we're going to do this 4 times. We're going to need about at least 2,500. So let's see what we have to sell. 3,000, that should be plenty. All right, now we can go +6, +7. All right, and if you've been following the walkthrough, you should have enough to get the Morning Star up to +8 now. If you don't, again, ball farm, we turned in the bell bearing that we got on the Altus Plateau to the Twin Maiden Husk. So you can buy all the smithing stones that you need at this point. You can get this weapon all the way up to plus 12. Buying, you need 12 threes and 12 fours, and then did we pick? I think we picked up some fives along the way. Let's see. Yeah, so you have 2 smithing stone fives, so you could get something up. You can get the Morning Star up to plus 13. And just a reminder, let me show you where we got that from. We're going to run through here real quick. We're going to grab a couple more smithing fives. This is another farm you can do if you're still getting used to the combat and doing your buffs and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to two-hand our weapon. We're going to drink our flax, which has the strength and the dex tier. We're going to go in and we're going to start murdering stuff with R1. So we have this guy here. So 3 hits took him out. That guy, we want to make sure he's walking away. Drop down, turn around behind you. We have this guy here. And there's another smithing 5. So we can lock on and get a backstab on this guy. He is a little more dangerous because he will aggro to you. He drops a smithing 5. That was kind of one of the points I wanted to make, is you can farm these guys and they will drop their weapon. They will drop poison clumps, which are those green things. You can throw them at things to try to get poison buildup. I've never bothered with that, but you can also sell them. And you can get the pickaxe, their weapon, then they'll drop smithing 5s. So I just got a backstab on that guy. That took him out. Same with this one. And we're getting the cracked crystals off the wall. This guy I'm gonna heavy attack. Nope, we can't quite kill him with the heavy attack. So just at this point, with 14 strength and what were we? Plus 8 Morning Star. You can kill them with a backstab, but not. Now this guy will drop his armor. He's Vulgar Militiaman. He will drop his saw, which is a bleed halberd. You drop kukri sometimes. I forget how much it is. We're at, call it 4,900. We're gonna run through one more time, figure out how much you're gonna get. So you can grab some more runes in here and go buy smithing stones with them or whatever else you want. You're having a hard time, like we said, in terms of armor choices. You could buy the knight set from the round table, or you could, the best choice I think would be to buy the Land of Reed set. If you did not start as a samurai or as a confessor. Confessor has good starting armor. And again, nothing fancy. I'm just R1 spamming. Yeah! 3 hits and they're dead. These guys we can backstab. Just walk right up to them. Hit your right bumper. Oh, he didn't die. Huh. He didn't die either. How come they were dying the first time? And I'm just OCD. I'm grabbing everything. So we're at 7,800. So around about 3,000 a trip. So you guys have been following along. We will go ahead and see if we can level up. And what do I want to get? We do need eventually 12. We want 15 faith, 12 arcane. Dexterity has to be a minimum of 17 for the Bloodhound's Fang. Strength has to be 18, but that's going to be kind of our primary damage stat. And then vigor and endurance are always good. So let's see if we can get 2 points of vigor and 1 point of endurance. There we go. We're done in here. So we're gonna run outside. This is where we got the smithing miner's bell bearing. We are going to run down here back to Liurnia of the Lakes, and we're gonna run into this cave, and we're gonna grab the other one. And we're just gonna run through. There are a couple of things I will point out along the way. The enemy at the end is a Crystallian. Big blue-looking chick or dude. I think they look like females, but what do I know? So we're just past time, mid-morning again. And we're gonna go over here and we're gonna head southeast. We're gonna do a little drop down and then we're gonna turn south. And there's that spirit spring that we used to hop down to get our smithing 3 and our first smithing 4 earlier in the run. Right down there. Hop on down. And then we are just heading out across towards the trees. Kind of hard to see because it's still early morning. I just head for the biggest tree. And put the mark there. And here it is. So these caves have smithing materials. There are drop downs that you can do along the way. Like you can see that tunnel right there. This one doesn't give anything good, so I'm not gonna do it. But if you want to practice like hopping down, rolling off, be my guest. Grab the grace. Should be a guy coming down the stairs to our right. I'm gonna bop him. And these guys are lower level than the ones in Kaywood, so they should die, not Kaywood, in Altus, they should die easier. So another Somber 2, and another Somber 3 back there. More cracked crystal. So these guys are just like mining cracked crystal. So I'll just run on through, grab that smithing zone 2, and keep going. Stay to your right because you drop, you fall all the way to the bottom of the dungeon, and then of course you're dead. We're gonna run through here. Drop on down. Nice little shortcut. Saves you from running past those 2 guys. And there's an elevator. Now they might follow you, so I always turn around and check. We're in the clear there. You can run straight ahead. It just increases the likelihood that if you run down the stairs, one of them is going to have to want to follow you, and they will hop on the elevator with you. And it's a little tricky fighting them in such a small base because if you fall, you die as well. So this part gets a little tricky. There's a guy across the way there. We want him to make his way a little farther away so we can cross the bridge without being seen. So we're going to come over here and whack this guy. 1, 2, dead. Another smithing stone 2. And he's moved on so we can run across. Now there's an elevator over there. That's the elevator that we saw up higher. I'm just going to kill you, these guys, so you can see. Get this guy real quick before he starts casting on you. This guy's busy, so he's easy to take out. Smithing stone 2 and 3. So the elevator, you activate it, sends it back up to that first level, and then you can just ride it down. And you don't have to cross that part, which can be gravity inducing for some people. If you look down all the way there, you can see the Crystallian. That's the bottom of the cave. That's where we're headed. So this next part we want to sprint on through. Because of those 2 guys are going to drop, and they're going to start shooting at us. Just kind of run, stay to the left. Got nicked. Run down the stairs. That guy's aggro to us. So again, there's another elevator here. You want to look back behind you, make sure you're not being followed. And he did get on the elevator with us. And this is what I mean about this is not a great place to fight these guys. But we will heal up. This is another somber. You can tell it's glowing white. The regular smithing stones have that kind of yellow glow. So we are going to drink from our physic. When we go through, we are going to summon our fanged imps. And then we are going to go to work. So I'm going to drink my blue flask, refill my mana. And these guys, you want to try and do charged attacks to break their posture. And once you break their posture, and I need to get out of there. This is going to be a lot easier once we break its posture. And now you can see we're doing a lot more damage and staggering it. And you should be able to just R1 spam here. As long as you have the stamina, just wail on it. Okay, and there's a smithing stone miner spell-bearing 1. So now we can buy unlimited 1s and 2s. So we got that taken care of. Let's run outside so we can fast travel. There's one more thing, little loop that I want to hit. Starting back up over here, we're going to grab, it's a golden seed roundabout over here. Then we're going to swing around here past these ruins up here for another site of grace. We're going to swing over here for a graveyard, and then we're going to drop down here into the church here for a sacred tier. So let's go to Outer Wall Battleground. And we want to turn around and head out that way. We're going to do a little bit more fighting here. There are 3 ballistas. We can see 2 of them there. There's one a little further down the hill. There's one more over there. You can't, I can barely see it. It's right above my head. Okay, the golden seed that we are going to grab, they will all shoot at you while you're trying to grab it, and it can be a little bit of a mess. So lock on, spam, spam, spam. He's dead. That was a frost proc. I got my dagger. Didn't have to buy one. That's okay. Ah, jump off. 1, 2, 3. He's dead. Another frost proc. Another dagger. And they're just trolling me. Spending 400 runes on a dagger, and these guys are dropping them like candy. Alright, don't drop a dagger. Alright, good boy. Okay, so down there we can see kind of near my mark. Like I said, one more ballista up there. Catapult, right where my head is. So that's going to be shooting at us, but it's 1 instead of 4. So it should make it a lot more chill. And we should be able to get pretty much all the way down there before they even see us and start shooting. Okay, there's shot number 1. Gotta run around the tree. And then we're just gonna drop off, heading southwest. We're gonna head towards our other marks, just as a starter. We pick up the road, we're gonna follow the road. All right, so down here, run up here and just grab, that's our second Somber 5. And this guy cowering in the corner, you hit him, he turns into a rune bearer. So we're like, oh, free runes. Nah, leave him alone. I'm gonna grab that. Lightning great bolts. Run past these clowns. And there's our grace. more lightning. There's a dragon that spawns up there on that plateau over there. Let me run through my mark. Now we're heading out west, picking up the road again and following it through. And we're going to start getting lightning strikes. You're going to start to see Fergal Bloom. You use these to craft like lightning pots and that sort of thing, so I'm just going to grab them because I'm OCD like that. So that's a hero's grave. Not going in there. There's a Black Knight Assassin out front too. That's like a mini boss that will try to murder you. That's the graveyard we're heading towards. These golden rams, there's an Ash of War right over there, a little shiny. If you get that, it's like you turn into the golden ram and you can like roll and ram stuff, and it's kind of a meme, and it doesn't really do any damage, so nobody ever, I mean, I'm sure somebody's done a build with it. We're just gonna run through, but the rams here, they will get mad at you for looting the little graveyard, and they'll roll up and they'll try and hit you. Let's see if we can get one of them to roll up into a ball and get aggro. Anyone? There, got that guy. So it's lightning ram. It does lightning when he goes through. So there's a guy on horseback out there. There are two guys in here. Just foot soldiers. We're gonna grab the lightning great bolts. Grab the sacred tear and the gravel stone. And there's a chest right there, which we're just gonna go ahead and grab. Just looking back, make sure we don't aggro the guy on the horse. And that's Dragon Bolt Blessing. It's like a body buff that gives you lightning. So we're going to come over here. Have a nice view of the stairs that we didn't run up because we ran around the outside and came through right where the tip of the Morning Star is, to avoid all the bullshit on the grand stairway going up to the entrance. All right, so where are we going to go next? We have a little bit of time left. Another suicide mission. We are going to head to Volcano Manor, and we're going to grab the map because that's where we're going to start in the next episode. We are just going to run out the door, run up the hill, grab a golden seed, turn around to the left. Just as a reminder, don't talk to anybody here. Don't join the manor. Don't talk to Lady Tanith. We want to save that for later so we can get Assassin's Gambit. Let's just mark real quick where we're going on the map. So we're going to ride out here. The golden seed is round about here. And then we have to loop our way down to the map fragment, which you can see. There's a grace just beyond that, and depending upon how things go, there's one of those giant handsy enemies, and you will see what I mean in a minute. For you new people, what a handsy is, it literally looks like it from Wednesday, the Addams Family. So there's our golden seed. And we're going to hop on down, and now we're doing this lower part, and it's too steep to drop off that way. So that's a handsy. That's one of the big ones. That's what's going to rush out at us when we try to grab the map fragment. So we might just run past it and grab the grace. That was way off. So we're going to go off to the side. Here comes Mr. Handsy. And here's our grace. And add that in. All right, let's get rid of my marks. That one was a little off. I guess it's due east, kind of underneath where we started. Yep. All right, so now we're going to run back up and try to grab the map. And the reason I did this is a much shorter run back. and I missed. And that's why, because like you run past there and you miss, and you don't grab the Site of Grace, then you just have to run back through. Come on. There we go. So hopefully you can grab it the first time by. If not, feel like the handsy's going to come to get you, grab the Grace, and then just come back here and rest. So we're going to wrap up here, and let's see, next episode, now that we have the map uncovered, we are going to pick up over here at the Altus Plateau, and we are going to run a big loop all the way around the outside of Volcano Manor, culminating at the top of the cliff here, and getting our, right over here is where we're going to end up. I'll mark it when we get there. We're going to get our Somber 6. So let's hop over here, and I will see you in the next episode.